1 week after their first of two scheduled games at historic Jackie Robinson Ballpark was rained out, the Atlantic Sharks are back at the Jack tonight for round two. The sky is clear and the wind is calm on a perfect Friday night for baseball here in Volusia County as the Sharks put their unbeaten record on the line against the undefeated Union County Tigers. Hello and a very warm welcome to tonight's broadcast of Atlantic High School Baseball on MJT Sports Productions. My name is Michael Trevillo. Thank you so much for joining me for our long-awaited first baseball broadcast of the season. The Atlantic Sharks won their first two games this week on the road to improve their overall record to 3 wins, no losses, and 1 draw, beating local rival Seabreeze 12-6, then topping Flagler Palm Coast 2-1 in what would have been the back end of a home-and-home series with the Bulldogs had last Friday night's game not been rained out. The strength of this Atlantic team lies with their strong pitching, which has only allowed more than 2 runs once this season. Senior Danny O'Brien has led the way on the mound for the Sharks, holding a .88 ERA through 2 appearances, and junior Austin Asbill has been on the mound twice in relief and leads the team in strikeouts with 7. At the plate, the Sharks have chewed through opposing pitching staffs. Senior Alex Turner tops the charts with a team-high .538 batting average, 7 hits, as well as senior Wyatt Holman, who leads Atlantic in RBIs so far, with 3. The Union County Tigers enter tonight's game with an undefeated 3-0 record, with close wins over Baldwin, Baker County, and Trinity Catholic. Union County was in trouble on Wednesday night as the Tigers found themselves down 9-3 to Trinity Catholic after 5 innings. Union then scored 6 runs in the 6th inning and held on to win 12-9. Key players for the Tigers include pitchers Eli Rhymes and Trip Davis, as well as Quentin Rawls and Whip Davis at the plate. The Tigers are considered one of the top teams in Class 1A in the state of Florida and will provide an excellent measuring stick for Atlantic's expectations for the season early on. Now let's go to the starting lineups for the visiting Union County Tigers. Leading off playing shortstop is Quentin Rawls. Batting second base is Jake Osteen. The center fielder batting third is Jake Cohen. Batting fourth, playing third base, Trip Davis. At first base, batting fifth, Whip Davis. The catcher bats sixth, that's Peyton Clyett. Left fielder batting seventh is Manny Covey. The designated hitter batting eighth is Eli Rhymes. And the right fielder batting ninth is Skylar Shadow. And for the Atlantic Sharks, in center field leading off Dominic Bruzzo. The first baseman is Alex Turner. He bats second. The catcher is Seth Jones. He bats third. Center fielder KJ Myers bats fourth. Second baseman Wyatt Holman bats fifth. Matt Navarra, the third baseman, hits sixth. Right fielder Nate Savalas bats seventh. Pitcher Grant Clark hits eighth. And shortstop Jake Hall bats ninth. The pitching matchup is as follows. Braxton Dukes heads out for his second start of the season for Union County. He threw 5 innings of work in their season opener against Baldwin, striking out 4. And Grant Clark takes the hill for Atlantic. This is his second appearance of the season. First was against Buckholz last week in that 1-1 tie. 4 innings, 1 strikeout, no walks. So now we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with the national anthem, the announcement of the starters here at the stadium, and first pitch. You're listening to Atlantic Sharks Baseball on MJT Sports Productions. Live here from Jackie Robinson Ballpark in downtown Daytona Beach, Florida. We are awaiting the start of the Union County Tigers and the Atlantic Sharks' first baseball broadcast of the season for you here on MJT Sports Productions. It is a beautiful night out tonight, in perfect contrast to what we had last week, where the game got rained out and it was cold, one of the coldest nights of the year so far, and raining. Tonight, 72 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, slight breeze blowing in from left field, but unfortunately everybody's out there. The Sharks are out there, the Tigers are ready to go, but the umpires have not arrived yet. We are still awaiting the boys in blue, so we will step aside one more time when we're right back with the start of the ball game. This is MJT Sports Productions' broadcast of Atlantic Sharks baseball. Want to get your business on the air in front of the Atlantic fans? If you would like to advertise via MJT Sports Productions, the official play-by-play internet radio partner of Atlantic High School, as a sponsor of Atlantic Athletics, please email Atlantic High School Athletic Director Tron Griffin at tdgriffy@volusia.k12.fl.us. That's tdgriffi at volusia.k12.fl.us. Still awaiting the arrival of the umpires here on this gorgeous Friday evening. The sun has now gone beyond the horizon, and the floodlights are on here at historic Jackie Robinson Ballpark. And while we're waiting, I wanted to just take a second to get you familiar with what the teams are wearing tonight. Atlantic, home white uniforms. Atlantic across the front in block lettering in black, trimmed with teal. Black numbers, teal trim, and a black stripe across the shoulders that fades to white towards the end of the sleeves. For the visiting Union County Tigers, they wear the all-purple road strip tonight. Mostly purple hats with a white front with the UCH interlocking on the top. Tigers in white across the front, trimmed in yellow, and white numbers trimmed in yellow as well, and a beautiful purple and white pinstripe uniform. So as we await the arrival of the umpires, we'll take another short break and be right back. This is MJT Sports Productions' broadcast of Atlantic Sharks Baseball. Hallelujah, the umpires have arrived here at Jackie Robinson Ballpark, so we are just about set to go. Head coaches Antoine Brown and Travis Rhymes are meeting at home plate with the two umpires. So shortly, we will get the rosters read over the PA system here at Jackie Robinson and then get underway finally with what is a very much anticipated matchup. Two top teams here. Union County 3-0, Atlantic 3-0-1. Neither team with one in the loss column yet this season. Although it's been a couple of close games for Union County. They've won their 3 games, 4-3, 7-6, and 12-9. And the 12-9 win, as I mentioned in the pregame show over Trinity Catholic, they needed to come back, scored 9 runs in the 6th inning to come back from a 9-3 deficit. Most impressive in that win was Jay Cohen, who we'll see tonight. He plays center field, and against Trinity Catholic, he had 2 hits and 5 RBIs. Whip Davis had 2 triples and also had 2 RBIs. So a very dangerous Baker County lineup. They can put up runs in a hurry, but so can Atlantic. who have been over 10 runs twice this season, a 10-0 win over Pine Ridge to open up the schedule, and then just this week, a 12-6 victory against local powerhouse Seabreeze. The coaches have shaken hands, and the umpires have shaken hands at home base, and we're just about set to go. Here's the PA announcer for the Daytona Tortugas to get us underway.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Jackie Robinson Ballpark. It's now time for the start lineups of tonight's game. Up first for the Union County Tigers. Leading off number 3, Quentin Rawl. Number 4, Jake Osteen. Number 24, Jake Cohen. Number 27, Trick Davis. Number 16, Rick Davis. Number 5, Peyton Clay. Number 9, Danny Kobe. Number 13, Eli Ryan. Number 7 on the mound, Braxton Dukes. And number 2, Skylar Shadow. And now the reserves for your home team, Atlanta High School Sharks. Number 21, Enrico Sia. Number 7, Ben Hernandez. Number 4, Mark Hanser. Number 27, Casey Dare Jr. And number 8, Austin Aspel. And now the starting lineup for your Atlanta High School Sharks. Number 9, Dominic Rulo. Number 2, Alex Turner. Number 10, Seth Jones. Number 1, Quentin Myers Jr. Number 14, White Holden. Number 42, Matt Navarro. Number 13, Nick Samoa. Number 23, Rick Blunt. And number 3, Jake Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, if you please rise, gentlemen, remove your caps, and veterans may cover for the playing of our national anthem.
Lineups on the field for the Tigers and the Atlantic Sharks. It's Union County and Atlantic High School. We get ready to start at the top of the first. Let's go through the defensive alignment for Atlantic one more time. Across the outfield, it's Myers, Bruto, and Savalas left to right. Infield, it's Navarro, Hall, Holman, and Turner left to right. Grant Clark, the pitcher, and Seth Jones, the catcher. And leading off for the Tigers is Quentin Rawls. He plays shortstop, and he bats right-handed. He is just in front of the on-deck circle, watching the left-hander Grant Clark take his warm-ups. Clark, for Atlantic, he's a submarining left-hander, so you can get a little bit of different movement on his pitches. His pitches break outside to righties, inside to lefties. As he just takes a couple of warm-up tosses to his catcher, Seth Jones. Once again, the starting lineup for Union County: Quentin Rawls, Jake Osteen, Jake Cohen, Tripp Davis, Whip Davis, Peyton Clyott, Manny Covey, Eli Rhymes, and Skylar Shadow. Once again, a beautiful night here at Jackie Robinson Ballpark. 72 degrees, the floodlights are on. Not a cloud in the sky nor a chance of rain, and just a hair's breadth of wind blowing in from left field off the river, off the Tomoka River, which outlines the backdrop here. So now Quentin Rawls steps in, and we're finally just about to have baseball. Just under a half an hour after our scheduled start time. Rawls, a right-hand hitter, swings a neon yellow colored aluminum bat. He crowds the plate. The umpire signals to Grant Clark, and we're underway. All white caps with black bills for the Sharks. Clark into his windup, comes inside with the pitch, and it's a fastball strike. And the count is 0-1. Middle infielders playing deep for Atlantic. Heels about a foot off of the outfield turf. And I do say turf because it's an all-turf construction here. A swing and a miss. Goes Rawls at the second pitch, up and in. And it's count 0-2. Jackie Robinson all turf except for the mound and the area around home plate. That turf just recently installed, as well as the video board out in left field. Here's a breaking ball missed outside, count 1-2. Grant Clark, very impressive in his first appearance of the season last week against Buckholz. Here is the 1-2, and it's in the dirt, and the count 2-2. Pitched 4 innings, didn't walk anybody, didn't give up any runs, and struck out 1 in a game that eventually ended in a 1-1 draw, because after 7 innings, the light was so bad, and there's no floodlights at Atlantic's field, they couldn't play into extra innings. And the 2-2 comes in and hits him. So Walls is on with a hit by pitch. And now here's Jake Osteen.
Now batting number 4, Jake Osteen.
So that is a runner on for the Tigers. Osteen, a left-hand hitter, second baseman. Crowds the plate, toes almost touching the inside white line of the batter's box. As Rawls takes a lead at first. Pitch from Clark. Outside and low, and the count 1-0. This is a very big park by high school standards. 400 to center field. As the 1-0 is high, 2-0. 325 to right field and 317 down the left field line. So I don't think we'll be seeing anybody hit one out of here tonight. Outfielders for Atlantic playing middle deep in the outfield. The 2-0 from Clark. Runner goes. Standing and firing is Jones. Down to second. Not in time. Sliding in safely is Quentin Rawls, and he'll take second base. So now Rawls on second. Nobody out. That last pitch was a strike to Osteen. The count 2-1. Coach Travis Raines of the Tigers stands at third base, and a strike on the outside corner means the count is 2-2. First two batters of the inning have faced 2-2 counts from Clark. Runner on second, nobody out here, top of the first. Clark, the left-hander, deals, and it's hit right back up the middle. Snagging and firing to first in time is Hall. So the putout goes 6-4. And there is one away. But Quentin Rawls does advance to third on the fielder's choice. So there's a runner on third and one away. Tigers threatening here in the top of the first. And Jay Cohen stands in. The center fielder, a left-hand hitter. Cohen, a junior. And with a runner on third, Clark deals way outside, and the count is a 1-0. I mentioned during our extended pregame show that in the Tigers' comeback win on Wednesday night against Trinity Catholic, here's the 1-0 outside is 2-0. Jay Cohen, 2 hits, 5 RBIs to lead the team in runs batted in. And Antoine Brown wants to come out to talk to his pitcher, Grant Clark. Catcher Seth Jones goes up there as well. And the runners, Quentin Rawls, Quentin Rawls, and the batter, Jay Cohen, meet just past the third base line with their coach, Travis Raines. Antoine Brown slowly walks back to the bench as Seth Jones jogs back to behind the plate. 1-0 the count, 1 out here, top of the first. Quentin Rawls on third, stands the go-ahead run for Union County. From the stretch, Clark, the pitch, in the dirt, and the count 2-0. On deck, Trip Davis for the Tigers. The 2-0 is outside 3-0 and having a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone now is Grant Clark, the submarine lefty. Big lead off third for Rawls. Swing and a miss and a fastball inside. Looks like it caught him, but he swung and missed anyway, so the count now goes 2-2. From the stretch, here's the 2-2 pitch. Outside, the count goes full. Corner infielders for Atlantic playing in. Excuse me, that was ball 4. Scoreboard was a little wrong, so Cohen takes his base. And so now 2 batters on for free here in the top of the first for the Tigers as Trip Davis stands in, the third baseman, senior. He bats right-handed. Away far back of the box with a red-handed bat. From the stretch, Clark's first pitch, strike outside corner, count 0-1. Runners on the corners for the Tigers. Sharks trying to get out of the jam here with 1 away. Clark fires over to first and sliding back safely is Jay Cohen. Count remains 0-1. The left-hander deals, runner goes, throw down to second is not in time, and it's in fact cut off by the second baseman Holman. And so now we've got runners on second and third with only 1 away. And that takes away the middle infield double play ball. Something out of the infield scores 2 here for the Tigers. Trip Davis sees the pitch and he lanes it into right field, for a base hit. 1 run scores. Second run coming in. Here's the throw to the plate. He is out. Excellent relay throw. Savalas to Turner to Jones to catch Jay Cohen, who tried to score from second. But Quentin Rawls does score, and Union County leads 1-0 here, top of the first. Now there are 2 away, but excellent relay to prevent that from being 2 runs. Nice throw by Savalas, and an excellent relay by Turner at first. So now a left-hand hitter, Whip Davis, stands in. He plays first base. And the first pitch by Clark is outside. Oh, they called it a strike. So the count 0-1. Davis, Davis, on first showed steal, and he's going to show it again here. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, grounded to second base. Playing deep is Holman. He fires across to Turner, and the side is retired. 1 run on 1 hit and 1 left. And at the end of a half an inning of play, it's Union County 1, Sharks coming to bat. This is MJT Sports Productions broadcast of Atlantic Sharks baseball. As the official healthcare champion of Volusia County Schools, Advent Health is committed to providing championship caliber care. With 4 hospitals, 4 urgent care centers, and 6 sports medicine and rehab locations across Volusia County, Advent Health is here to keep your student athlete off the sidelines and get them back in the game. Visit adventhealth.com to learn more. We are back at the Jackie Robinson Ballpark. Atlantic Sharks baseball against the Union County Tigers, as the Tigers lead the Sharks 1-0. As we head to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Tigers is Braxton Dukes. He makes his second start of the season. Through 5 innings and 4 strikeouts in a season-opening win against Baldwin last week. Leading off for the Atlantic Sharks. Leading off for the Atlantic Sharks is Dominic Brutto. Brutto, 231. 3 hits, 5 runs scored, 2 RBIs. Duke's a left-hand pitcher as well, and he deals from the windup, and he misses. No, he got it in there outside. Corner, and the strike, and the count is 1-0. Brutto has also walked twice and struck out 4 times. Here's the 1-0. That one missed outside, 1-1. Brutto swings a bright silver bat and crowds the plate. And he hits it foul into the batting cages down the left field line, and the count 1-2. Here's the 1-2 from Dukes, and it's fouled straight back by Brutto. Staying alive here. 5th pitch of the at-bat coming up for Brutto. Traditional left-hand style from the windup. Here's the 1-2. Away outside and high, and it's 2-2. Tigers, like the Sharks, play their outfield straight away, but the infield is crowded towards the lines, leaving the center wide open. Brutto fouls it off again, and the count's still 2-2. But so I meant plenty of room up the middle if Bruto wants to put it there. And it's outside, missed with a fastball. And it's 3-2 full count here to the opening batter for the Sharks. Dukes into the windup and the pitch, and it's laced into left field, running over, and it's over the head of Covey. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Bruzzo rounding second, heading for third. Relay not going to get there, and it's a stand-up triple for Dominic Bruzzo to lead off the game for Atlantic. He stayed patient. He fouled a couple off, then on a full count, laced it into the left center field gap, all the way to the wall, out to the advertising boards. It was over the head of Manny Covey out there. Couldn't track it down, and by the time he did so, Bruzzo was standing safely on third base. So now here's Alex Turner, a left-hand hitter, plays first base. The Sharks are set up, man on third, nobody out here, bottom of the first. First pitch from Dukes, lefty to lefty, missed it outside, and the count 1-0. Turner leads the Sharks in batting average at .538. 7 hits, 6 runs, 2 RBIs, and 2 doubles through 4 games. Swung on and hit to the right center field corner. Dan diving in for the catch is Shadow. Just when you thought that was going to be get down and score the run, Shadow slid across the grass going right to left from his right fielder spot, and now that's all she wrote for that. Now here's the catcher, Seth Jones. Jones, 222, 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 RBI, and 1 triple. With 1 away and a runner on third, that being Dominic Bruzzo after his leadoff triple. Braxton Dukes into the windup, and the pitch, a strike on the outside corner, and the count 0-1. So we've seen the Sharks hit the ball hard to basically exact copies of the field, one to right center, one to left center, but unfortunately Shadow was able to track down the one to right center. As a very loud car or motorcycle goes by, the pitch outside, and it is 1-1 to Seth Jones. Braxton Dukes into his windup. Runner goes. He's coming home. The bunt goes up in the air, and it is caught. Oh, no, it's not caught. And safe at first goes Seth Jones. What an interesting strategy by the Sharks. They sent Bruzzo on a steal. Had Jones bunt. It went straight up into the air. Braxton Dukes charged in for it, made a slide. I thought he'd made the catch. The umpire waved it off. Bruzzo scores. Jones safely at first, and this game is tied 1-1. A bit of creativity from Coach Antoine Brown here early in the game. And now here's KJ Myers, the left-handed center fielder. And getting back to first is Seth Jones. Myers hitting .364, 4 hits, 1 run scored, 1 RBI. As he very much crowds the plate from his left-handed batter's stance. In fact, I am surprised that the umpire isn't telling him to back up because he's almost touching the plate with his lead foot. First pitch to him is outside, runner goes, the throw gets away into center field. So safely in at second is Seth Jones with a stolen base. Antoine Brown and the Sharks aggressive on the base paths early, and it's paid off with a run. And now they got a man on second with 1 down. And KJ Myers at the plate, facing a 1-0 count. Corners in for the Tigers. As from the stretch, Dukes deals. Swung on, it hit to the shortstop, caught, and back to second for the double play. KJ Myers flies out to Rawls, and then Rawls tosses it back to Osteen at second. The double play happens, and the side is retired. 1 run on 2 hits and nobody left on base. And at the end of 1, it's 1-1 between the Sharks and the Union County Tigers. We'll take 60 seconds and be right back. This is MJT Sports Productions' broadcast of Atlantic Sharks baseball. If you are enjoying tonight's broadcast, be sure to hit the like button on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and share the broadcast with other Sharks fans by clicking share or retweet. Thank you for supporting MJT Sports Productions and Atlantic Baseball. We head to the top of the second. The Atlantic Sharks and the Union County Tigers tied 1 apiece here at Jackie Robinson Ballpark. My name is Michael Trillo. Thank you for tuning in to the first baseball broadcast of the season for the Atlantic Sharks on a gorgeous Friday night. Temperature just under 70 degrees, perfectly clear skies. Not that you can tell that past the floodlights here at the Jack. And Peyton Cliett stands in for the Tigers. He faces Grant Clark, the left-hand submarine pitcher for the Sharks. And the lefty deals low and away, and the count 1-0. Peyton Cliett, the Sharks catcher, or excuse me, the Tigers catcher, uses a black bat with red markings, and again low and away, and the count 2-0. Something interesting I found last inning is the Sharks elected to play really aggressively on the base paths. Here's the 2-0. Is in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. 2 steals, 1 successful steal, and then Bruzzo, who led off the inning with a triple. Here's the 2-1 upstairs, and it's 3-1. Bruzzo took off as the pitch was coming in, as Seth Jones bunted it. Here's the 3-1 from Clark, and it's hammered out into left center field. Coming on is Bruzzo. He won't get there, and he will file in to hold Peyton Cliett to a single. So Cliett's aboard, and the Tigers are 2 for 2 with getting the first runner on of an inning so far tonight. To the end of my point about the Sharks being really aggressive on the base paths is I wonder if the Tigers will respond in kind with some small ball here. First runner aboard for the Tigers again. And the pitch is inside and scrambling to get it is Seth Jones, but he does get it to prevent it from being a pass ball and keep the runner on first. Here's Manny Covey, the left fielder that had that opening triple by Bruzzo go over his head in the first inning. He's a right-hand hitter. Black bat, white markings. And righty to lefty, Clark from the stretch steps off and fires back to first. Safely in there is Cliett. Grant Clark with a 1-0 count. Looks over to first. Now fires to the plate. It's outside 2-0. And Grant Clark has had trouble getting behind in counts here early. And he faces another tough ask here as he's behind 2-0 to Covey. And again, he fires over to first, trying to catch Peyton Clyett, and Clyett slides back in. The lefty deals, and it's outside. 3 balls and no strikes to Manny Covey. And at this point, you're just trying to find the strike zone. Covey squares to bunt, pitch on the way, pulls it back, and the ball is right over the plate. 3-1 the count. I don't mind that from Union County at all. With no outs and a runner on first, why not bunt? We saw it work out for the Sharks last inning. Here's the 3-1 offering, swinging and a miss foul, swinging a foul back, to the screen. Count runs full 3-2. Full count now to Manny Covey. And Clark spin and a throwback to first. Sliding in safely is Peyton Clyett. Full count. Delivery all the way from Clark, and it's grounded weakly back to the pitcher. Off to his left, underhands the throw. And the putout goes 1-3. So there is one away. Clyett moves to second on the fielder's choice. And here's Eli Rhymes, one of the top pitchers for the Tigers, DHing tonight after he started on Wednesday against Trinity Catholic. Union County from Lake Butler, Florida, halfway between Gainesville and Jacksonville. First pitch to the righty, and he hits it high in the air to left. Camping under it is KJ Myers. He makes the catch and then fires in to keep Peyton Clyett at second. So there are 2 away. And here is the 9th hitter, Skylar Shadow. Shadow made an impressive catch against Alex Turner, who tried to hit one in the gap in the bottom of the first, and he takes a fastball strike from Grant Clark. And the count 0-1. Remember, Peyton Clyett stands on second after hitting a base hit, first man up this inning. The next 2 have both gotten out at a swing and a miss at a high fastball. And the count quickly 0-2 as Clark trying to get out of this inning. Lickety split. Top of the order up after this, so you really want to get Shadow here. Pitch outside, and the count is 1-2. Quinton Rawls, who was hit by a pitch and scored the only run for Union County, is up next. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. Hall fields, takes his time, fires over to first in time. And that will end the inning. We head to the bottom of the second. Tigers 1, Sharks 1. You're listening to MJT Sports Productions broadcast of Atlantic Sharks baseball. Wyatt Holman, the senior, stands in for the Sharks as we begin the bottom half of the second inning here at the Jack. Jackie Robinson Ballpark in downtown Daytona Beach, Florida. He's a right-hand hitter facing the left-hander Braxton Dukes. It's a 1-1 ball game between the Sharks and the Union County Tigers. First pitch to him is low and outside, and the count 1-0. Holman 200 on the batting average. 2 hits, 1 run scored, 3 RBIs, and he takes a strike right down the middle, and it's 1-1. Dukes winds and fires, and a breaking ball. A big old lazy hook is swung on and missed by Holman, and the count 1-2. Again, the middle infielders for the Tigers playing closer to the lines than the middle. Another big breaking ball misses outside, count 2-2. So a ground ball back up the middle. That space is open if they can hit it. The 2-2 to Holman. Swing and pops it up to the right-hand side. Fading back is the second baseman, Osteen, to make the catch. And there's one away. So up steps Matt Navarra. Navarra batting .300. 3 hits, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. He's a right-hand hitter. Once again, lefty versus righty on the matchup. And the first pitch to him is bunted straight in front of the mound. Dukes fields, fires in time, and there are 2 away. A bit aggressive for Atlantic, and you'll see that a lot. Atlantic playing small ball, being aggressive on the base paths. You saw it in the first with that suicide squeeze that scored Dominic Bruzzo. And now here's Nate Savalas, the right fielder. Third straight righty for the Sharks. Pitch on the way from Dukes, and it's a ball low. Savalas, a .222 hitter. 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 RBIs. And the 1-0 is way outside, missed with a breaking ball, and the count 2-0. Savalas stands, his back right foot pretty much in line with the back of the batter's box, and he takes another one outside. This time a heater missed, and it's 3-0. And you know if he gets on, Coach Antoine Brown's going to try something. Here's the 3-0, straight down the middle, 3-1. Braxton Dukes works pretty fast, the left-handed starter for the Tigers, as he's already into his windup for the 3-1. And he missed it outside, and Holman walks. Or Savalas, walks. So now here's Grant Clark, the pitcher slash DH. If someone else comes in to pitch, he will remain in this spot in the lineup and hit for them. I've already mentioned his numbers on the mound. I'll get to his batting numbers in a second. First pitch from Dukes, 2 away, runner on first, and they'll check the runner. Savalas gets back in time. Grant Clark, a .273 hitter, 3 hits, 2 runs scored, 1 RBI, and he takes a pitch outside, and the count 1-0. Braxton Dukes went 5 innings in his opening start of the season against Baldwin, and he checks the runner at first again. So he is prepared to go deep into ball games. But the Tigers do have 8 players on their bench, so expect some heavy rotation among their lineup tonight. Here's the 1-0, in there for a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Runner on first, 2 down here for the Sharks as Holman and Navarro went down quickly. And faking the bunt and taking a ball low is Clark, and it's 2-1. And after Holman and Navarro flied out and grounded out respectively, Nate Savalas drew a walk. And that sets the table for this. A 2-1 count to the pitcher Grant Clark, and sliding back again successfully is Nate Savalas. And I told you we'd see some aggressive base running for the Sharks. And he takes 3 big steps off the first base bag. Wouldn't be surprised if they throw back over there again. And they do. So Clark has been up there for a couple of minutes at the plate. The count's only 2-1. Dukes now comes home with it. Swing and a miss. At a fastball count, 2-2. Once again, Savalas takes the lead off first. Dukes stares at him. The lefty deals. Swing and a miss. And the inning is over. Fanned on a low fastball. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, none left on. And at the end of 1 inning of play, excuse me, at the end of 2 innings of play, it's Union County 1, Atlantic Sharks 1. This is Atlantic Sharks Baseball on MJT Sports Productions. Stay with us. Austin Asbill is in to pitch for the Atlantic Sharks as we start the top of the 3rd inning. So Grant Clark goes 2 full innings, gives up 2 hits, 1 run. And we're back to the top of the order. So Clark faces exactly 9 hitters, and now Austin Asbill is on the mound. The left-hander deals, fastball outside, and the count 1-0. A 1-0, right on the outside corner. There's a strike, and the count 1-1. Quentin Rawls was hit by a pitch his first time up, has scored the only run for Union County. And here's the 1-1 swing and a miss, and it's, oh, that was strike 3. Well, they had 1-1 on the board, but it must have been an 0-2 count because down swinging goes Quentin Rawls. And now here's Jake Osteen, grounded out his first time up. Osteen once again a left-hand hitter, and he plays second base. Lefty to lefty, Asbill deals in on the hands and fouled away off to the left. So the count 0-1. And I'll get you Austin Asbill's pitching numbers in a second. The 0-1 inside, and the count 1-1. So Asbill, this is his 3rd appearance of the season, a 1.40 ERA. 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 earned run, and 7 strikeouts. As he bounces this one to the plate, 2-1. and it looks like it hit the umpire as he is a little bit in invisible distress, so we will take a short break. Sharks fans, baseball and softball season are here, and you can catch the action live from the diamond on MJT Sports Productions, the official play-by-play home of your Atlantic Sharks. Be sure to like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Twitter, all at MJT Sports Productions, so you never miss a moment of the action. Let's go Sharks. Well, the athletic trainer is out talking to the home plate umpire, who took a hit from the last pitch by Asbill. And he looks to be okay. Sweeps off the home plate. And now we get a chance to catch our collective breath. So the count is 2-1 strike to Jake Osteen, second batter up for the Tigers here in the top of the third. Currently a 1-1 ball game between Union County and Atlantic. Osteen and Asbill, lefty to lefty, and here's the 2-1 offering. Outside, 3-1 missed with a fastball. Asbill into the windup. Here's the pitch, swung on and lined to left field. There's a base hit. Gathering in and firing is Myers. He holds Osteen to a single. So the second batter of the inning is on, and there's one on with one away for Jay Cohen. Cohen walked his first time up, stole second, and then was caught stealing, trying to get from second to home on the base hit by Trip Davis that scored Quentin Rawls. On an excellent relay, Savalas Turner Jones by Atlantic. First pitch to him is outside, runner goes, no throw, and safely into second is Jake Osteen with another stolen base. Third stolen base of the night so far for the Tigers. Now Asbill will work from the stretch. Here's the 1-0 upstairs, and the count 2-0. So Sharks pitchers, having a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone early in this ball game. The batter right now, is Jay Cohen. Left-hand hitter, big, tall, powerful lefty. Plays center field, and a balk is going to be called. And Osteen will get to third. So now runner on third with one out. From the stretch, Asbill deals in on the hands, popped up in the infield, and a running catch is made by Matt Navarra at third, and there's two down. It was in on the hands, and it didn't sound like it even hit metal. It sounded like it hit the rubber part of the bat, and it just popped it lamely up to third for Navarro to deal with. Here's the first pitch on the way, and it's a strike on the outside corner for Trip Davis. Davis singled his first time up, had an RBI, scored Quentin Rawls, almost had two, except Jay Cohen was caught at home. Here's the pitch. Did he go? Yes, he did. Swing and a miss at an outside pitch, and the count is quickly 0-2. Asbill with a runner on third, that being Jake Osteen, trying to avoid giving up another run here. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out swinging, and that's the end of the ball game. Or end of the inning. A little bit premature there. 2 Ks on the inning for Asbill in his first inning of work. We'll take a short break and be right back for the bottom of the third. Your score, Union 1, Sharks 1. This is MJT Sports Productions' broadcast of Atlantic Sharks baseball. Jake Hall leads off for the Sharks at the bottom of the third inning. They're tied 1-1 with the Union County Tigers here at Jackie Robinson Ballpark. My name is Michael Trevello. Thank you for joining me on this lovely Friday evening for baseball in Central Florida. The pitcher is still Braxton Dukes for the Tigers, out for his third inning of work. And his first pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Jake Hall, the bottom of the order for the Sharks. He hits 200 on average, 2 hits, 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs. Second pitch to him is low and in the dirt. And it's 1-1. Hall, the ninth batter up for the Sharks, bottom of the order, and he swings and misses at a fastball outside, and the count is 1-2. Taking some time getting the signals, and now the home plate umpire calls time. Hall steps out, now the righty back in. Black bat with red markings on it. And the 1-2 from Dukes. Swung on, hit in the air, and foul territory running on, sliding, and not able to make the catch is Whip Davis all the way from first base, and he was very close to sliding into his own dugout. But in the end, the ball came off his chest and not his glove, and he was unable to corral it. So Jake Hall gets another opportunity. The count is 1-2 to him. It's the first batter here in the bottom of the third for the Sharks. Duke steals. Swung on, this time hit down the right field line, and it's going to drop in there for a base hit. So Hall gets another chance and makes the most of it, as he laced that one over the first baseman's head down the right field line. And now we're at the top of the order with Dominic Brutto. Brutto tripled in his first time up. Hit one over the left fielder Covey's head, and was able to race around for a triple, but he'll settle for anything in play right now with the Sharks back to the top of the order. And, oh, did they get him? Yes, they did. Jake Hall looked like he was going to steal, and they picked him off at first, and that's what you got to deal with when you're facing lefty pitchers. Sometimes they can fool you. So there's now one away, and Brutto stands in, still no count to him. Now the bases are empty. First pitch to Brutto. Slow breaking ball in there for a strike. It was just a little bit of unfortunate circumstances. Jake Hall just a little bit too happy on the trigger and was picked off at first. This time swung on, ground ball to the shortstop, backhands, fields, fires. Nice play by Rawls to throw out Brutto at first, and there's 2 away. Nice backhand by Rawls in the deep short, and then he had the arm strength to throw it all the way to first to get the speedy Brutto. Quickly 2 away now for the Sharks. And here's Alex Turner. Flied out to right field his first time up. Forced a tremendous sliding catch by Skylar Shadow. And he rockets this one into right field. This time it'll get down for a base hit. And again, it was right over the head of Osteen at second. Apologies for my accidental use of language there. So now here's Seth Jones. He singled his first time up, but then was caught stealing between first and second. I mean, I say caught stealing. There was a line drive hit to the shortstop, and he was already halfway to third, thinking it was over his head. So now with 2 down, there's a runner on first. Seth Jones takes that ball outside, and it's 1-0. Here's the pitch, breaking ball, gets away from the catcher, and it's a wild pitch, and it moves the runner Alex Turner up to second base. So now a base hit potentially scores a run here for Seth Jones. Jones, a tall right-hand hitter, facing the left-hander Braxton Dukes. Dukes checks the runner at second, comes home with it, and it's in the dirt. And the catcher, Peyton Clyott, has to chase after it again. This time the runner stays put. And the count, 3 balls and no strikes to Seth Jones. Here's the 3-0. It's low and outside, and a 4-pitch walk. So Jones is now aboard for the second time in the ball game, and here's KJ Myers, the culprit of that fly-out, throw-out double play in the first inning. And Union County wants to talk it over. They'll bring the entire infield into the mound as their head coach Travis Rhymes is out there. Big coaching staff for Union County. Jawan James, Denver Ripley, Kyler Cohen, and Joey Osteen all listed as coaches for the Tigers. And 2 Tiger seniors, Braxton Dukes, who's been pitching all along tonight, and Jake Osteen, are going to play baseball at the college level. Braxton Dukes at Tallahassee Community College, and Jake Osteen at St. John's River State. So now 2 on, 2 away, first and second. And here's the left-hand hitter KJ Myers against the left-handed Braxton Dukes. Dukes spins and fires back to second, trying to catch Alex Turner, but Turner is back in there. Watch for Atlantic to be aggressive on the base paths here, even with 2 outs. Myers has a lot of speed and can beat out a potential throw down to first. And the pitch to Myers is inside, forcing Myers to jump backwards in the count 1-0. Sparse crowd out tonight, but a few have made the trip, both from Port Orange and from Union County, out here to the Jack. Here's the pitch. Again inside, this one called a strike. Both runners go on the double steal, and they both will be in there successfully. So now, second and third, 2 outs. Anything in play potentially scores 2 runs. This one inside again to the left-hander Myers. Called a ball, 2-1. As Braxton Dukes really crowding that inside part of the plate, trying to jam up Myers and force him to ground out. Here's the 2-1 inside. It's 3-1. Dukes touches his cap, looks a bit miffed because he thought that was in the exact same position that was a strike 2 pitches ago, but now it's 3-1, and he's in danger of walking the bases full with Wyatt Holman on deck. Pitch to Myers, swings, grounds it to second base, fields, and a lazy fire over from Osteen to Davis, and that retires the side. So, unfortunately, the Sharks get 2 on but can't score. 1 hit, no runs, 2 left. And we head to the 4th inning. This is MJT Sports Productions' broadcast of Atlantic Sharks baseball. Advent Health is here for you and with you during every first pitch, every home run, and every season to support you physically, mentally, and spiritually in this game called life. Advent Health is on your team. They're your biggest fan, and they're here to help you feel whole. Advent Health is a proud supporter of Volusia County School Athletics. Visit adventhealth.com to learn more. Austin Aspel back on the mound for the Sharks for his second inning of work. It's a 1-1 ball game between the Union County Tigers and the Atlantic Sharks here at Jackie Robinson Ballpark as we begin the fourth inning. Whip Davis starts it off for the Tigers, grounded out to second his first time up. And he stands very far back in the box, his back foot touching the back of the box, and the umpire calls for time. Not quite sure why. Now he stands in and signals to Aspel that he can start. The lefty deals, swing and a miss at a breaking ball outside, and the count 0-1. Aspel 2 strikeouts in his first inning of work. Increases to 9 on the season to lead the Sharks. That pitch in the dirt, count 1-1. But I mentioned that Whip Davis, as that ball is outside, and it's 2-1, stands very far back in the box. Puts his left foot, his plant foot, on the back line of the batter's box, and also very far in towards the plate. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss at a fastball upstairs, and it's 2-2. Second baseman Wyatt Holman playing away out on the outfield grass, and there's strike 3 called right down the middle, and Davis looks right at it. Third strikeout of the game for Austin Aspel, and this is only the 5th batter he faced. So now here's Peyton Client. Had a base hit his first time up, then stole second. And the first pitch to the righty is grounded to third. Diving attempt made by Navarro, but it's past him and into left field. Myers fields and fires in, and he'll hold Client to a single. That's his second single of the ball game. So he becomes the first Tiger with 2 hits. And he's aboard with 1 out. And so 1 pitch, a hit, and immediately comes Manny Covey. Covey grounded out right back to the pitcher's mound on his first time up in the second inning. And spin a throwback to first from Aspel. Client gets back there safely, and there's still no count on Covey. Aspel looks at first. Now it comes home with a slider, and it's in there for a strike. So the count 0-1 on Covey. Covey, a right-hand hitter, uses a bright silver bat. The 0-1, breaking ball chopped right back to the mound. To second for 1, on to first, double play. 1-6-3 goes the double play. The Sharks quickly get out of the inning. We'll take a break and be back for the bottom of the 4th. This is MJT Sports Productions' broadcast of Atlantic Sharks baseball. we head to the bottom of the fourth in a 1-1 ball game between the Atlantic Sharks and the Union County Tigers here at Jackie Robinson Ballpark on a Friday evening in Central Florida. Up first for the Sharks, Wyatt Holman flying out his first time up. And Braxton Dukes is still on the mound for Union County, the tall lefty. And he kicks and fires way outside, missed with a breaking ball. And it's 1-0. Sharks a bit hard done in the last inning, and I'll tell you why in a second. Here is the 1-0 pitch from Dukes, fouled straight back, and it's 1-1. They had the opening runner get on Jake Hall, then he got caught stealing on a throwback to first. Then Turner got a base hit. Seth Jones walked. They both took a double steal, so they had second and third. There's a ball high, count 2-1. After Dominic Bruto grounded out. So 2 on, 2 out, and then KJ Myers softly grounded it to short to strand 2. Pitch on the way, off the end of the bat, popped way up in the air down the right field line. In foul territory, coming over to make the catch is Whip Davis. And there's one away. Wyatt Holman is 0 for 2 on the night. Here is Matt Navarra, who grounded it back to the pitcher his first time up. Navarra, 3 hits on the season. For the right-hand hitter, he stands forward of the box. Pitch is outside and high, count 1-0. Sharks have a team batting average before this game started of .302. Pitch on the way from Dukes is laced into left field. It gets down for a base hit. So Matt Navarra is on for the first time tonight. And Nate Savalas is up. He walked his first time up and was stranded there after Grant Clark struck out of the second. Savalas, a right-hand hitter. 1 on, 1 out for Atlantic here, bottom of the fourth, in a 1-1 ball game against Union County, one of the top teams in 1A in the state of Florida. And another check over to first. I stopped keeping count how many times they checked over to first in the second inning, because it seems every time they get a runner over there, there's a couple of throws over to first from Braxton Dukes. Pitch from Dukes. Swing and a miss from Savalas, and the count 0-1. Antoine Brown steps in, delivers some instructions to his hitter, and now Savalas steps back in to the batter's box, facing an 0-1 count. Pitch on the way from Dukes. It's a slow breaking ball outside, and he missed it. So it's 1-1. Between innings, it looked like the Tigers had some work going on to the bullpen, but everybody sat back down now. So Braxton Dukes is it for the time being. And he will chuck it back to first again. A little bit of just a game of catch between Braxton Dukes and Whip Davis tonight. But they have been successful one time, catching Jake Hall last inning. Left-hander deals, and there's a strike. Breaking ball over the heart of the plate, count 1-2. Union County, everybody on both benches up at the rail. Nobody sitting down. Dukes throws to first again. And this kind of motion can be very disruptive to a hitter who expects a pitch about every 6 seconds. Here's Dukes. Pitch, swing and a miss. Runner goes, throw down to second, gets away. So Navarra is aboard. But everybody is running in from Union County. I'm not sure what happened. And the referee is explaining to Antoine Brown what happened. So apparently, Navarra is out. And Antoine Brown is arguing his case with the referee. Oh, they're going to say Savalas stepped out of the batter's box. So they're going to call him out. So that ends the inning. We go to the 5th. Your score, Union County 1, Sharks 1. This is MJT Sports Productions broadcast of Atlantic Sharks baseball. As we come back, oh, I'm a little loud, excuse me. As we come back for the start of the 5th inning, I will quote one of my broadcasting idols, John Sterling, who calls baseball games for the New York Yankees and has for many years. One of his quotes is, well, you can't predict baseball. And we saw it at the end of last inning. Here's Eli Rhymes to lead off for the Tigers. Fastball in there for a strike. And the count 0-1. So, runner on first base, 1 out. I'm going to go back through what happened at the end of the last inning for you while taking you through the top of the 5th. Second pitch to Rhymes is a fastball outside, 1-1. So Navarro's on first. Nate Savalas at the plate, 1 out. Savalas swings and misses at strike 3. Navarro heads to second, and they also call Savalas for catcher's interference, meaning the runner at second is out. Swing and a foul back, and the count 1-2. Austin Aspel really coming with the heat, 3 straight fastballs to open the inning. So, we were talking, and we were not sure why, and I went to break not knowing why. So we were talking up here in the booth between the 3 of us that are up here as the pitch is outside 2-2. And eventually we came to the conclusion that it was a strikeout plus a catcher's interference, or a hitter's interference against the catcher, meant it was a double play. 2-2. Swing on and a pop-up all the way over the bleachers on the right-hand side, so the count holds 2-2. So, John's theory stands. You cannot predict baseball. 2-2. Swing and miss, chopped it foul right at home plate. Barely got a piece of the breaking ball. So after both teams scored in the first inning, it's been zeros on the board, but both teams have had runners on third base. Jake Osteen was on third in the third for the Tigers. Here's the 2-2, swung on foul back again. So Eli Rhymes stays alive. And as well in the third, Alex Turner hit third base for the Sharks. So there's not been a lack of offense, it's just been a lack of runs. We've had some hard hit balls out to the gaps and down the lines as well. 2-2, grounded, third base side. And off the glove of Hall, and it's going to be, I believe, an error. We'll see if they put that error on the board. But either way, Eli Rhymes is aboard. And they do, in fact, put the error up, so that's going to be an error on Matt Navarro. Oh, he must feel hard done, right? Successfully steals a base, gets called out because of catcher's interference as a throw back to first from the catcher after a ball is not in time to grab the sliding Eli Rhymes. Skylar Shadow is hitting for the Tigers, a left-hand hitter, plays right field. grounded out to the shortstop his first time up. 1 on, nobody out. Here, top of the 5th. Aspel deals, fastball bunted foul outside of third, and the count 1-1. And so now an error called against Navarra as he faded over from third. He moved to his left to try and pick that ball up, and it just bounced off his wrist. Rhymes stands forward to the box. A low throw, a low pitch, and a throw down to second on a steal is not in time, so safely in there is Eli Rhymes on a stolen base. 5th stolen base for the night for the Tigers. So now the 2-1 to Shadow is bunted foul outside of third again, and the count 2-2. Haspel's been very effective, 3 strikeouts in 8 batters faced, but he faces a bit of a tricky situation here. Lefty to lefty, the 2-2. Haspel into the motion. Pitch all the way, up and in. 3-2 the count. So the count full now. Second baseman Wyatt Holman playing on the outfield grass. Here's the full count delivery. Swung on and popped up high in the air in foul territory to the left-hand side, and that'll hit the seats. So the count holds 3-2. We'll do it again. As the Sharks just try and prevent anything from leaving the infield here with Holman 5 or 6 steps on the outfield grass. And Hall playing very deep and narrow at short as well, right behind the base runner, Eli Rhymes, who takes a lead at second. For the second time, the 3-2 from Aspel. Outside, he walked him. So now 2 on, nobody out. And Antoine Brown looks like he might make a pitching change. He's at least going to come to the mound and talk about what to do about these 2 base runners with nobody out here in the 5th in a 1-1 ball game. It's time you feel your best, physically, mentally, spiritually, to be centered and supported, to feel the power of a world-class healthcare network coming together to help you take control of your health. It's time to feel whole. Advent Health is a proud supporter of Volusia County School Athletics. Visit adventhealth.com to learn more. Conversation still ongoing on the mound between every member of the Sharks infield and Antoine Brown as they discuss what to do about these 2 base runners for the Tigers with nobody out. Eli Rhymes got aboard due to an error on Navarre as the ball came off his wrist while trying to field it, the third baseman. And then he stole second. And then Skylar Shadow do a 7-pitch walk. And now he's aboard. Third walk of the day given up by the Sharks, first by Aspel. And now here's the top of the order, Quentin Rawls. Hit by a pitch his first time up and scored the Tigers' only run. And then struck out his second time up against Aspel. And he deals, and a strike on the outside corner fastball. Rawls squared to bunt, then pulled it back. And I would not be surprised to see a double steal here from the Tigers to try and get some more pressure. Here's the pitch. Shows bunts again. This time the fastball misses outside, and it's 1-1. And we have movement in the Atlantic bullpen. Not quite sure who's up there, but there is somebody throwing. And the 1-1 from Aspel. Excellent bunt down the left-hand sideline, left field line, but it does roll foul just before the third base line. On the count 1-2. And I've just been confirmed that it's Dare warming up for the Sharks. so we may see him at some point. But right now it's a 1-2, and Aspel deals. Swing and a miss. Got him with a fastball outside corner. Fourth strikeout for Aspel in just now 2 1/3 innings as he strikes out Rawls for the second time. Now here's Jake Osteen, who got a base hit last time up against Aspel, then proceeded to steal second, moved to third on a balk, and then was stranded there. First and second, one man out, top of the fifth in a 1-1 ball game. Pitch on the way. Outside to the left-hander, and it's 1-0. Austin Aspel works from the stretch, puts the ball in his glove, into his windup. The 1-0 is swung on and hit high in the air, but foul, and that'll make the seats down the left field line. So the count 1-1. Crowding the plate from his left-handed batting stance is Jake Osteen, and he swings and fouls this one into the left field seats again. So the count 1-2. How big would another strikeout be here for Aspel? From 2 on, nobody out, from 2 to 2 on, 2 out. Catcher sets up outside. Pitch on the way. Swung on, grounded, foul outside of first. Racing over to grab it is Holman. Excuse me, that's Alex Turner now playing first base. As Holman plays second base, I got my scoring charts crossed a little bit. So now the 1-2 again. Struck him out swinging, looking at a breaking ball inside corner. What a pitch from Aspel. Fifth strikeout for Austin, and he didn't even start the game. He's only been in since the third inning. Now here's Jay Cohen, walked his first time up, almost scored but was tagged out at home plate on a relay throw. Now 2 on, 2 out. This would be a Houdini-esque escape for Aspel as the first pitch is grounded foul outside of third. Remember, the first batter of the inning, Eli Rhymes, got on with an error. Then he stole second. Skylar Shadow walked. 2 on, nobody out. The Sharks had a big meeting on the mound. It lasted a couple of minutes. And right after that, Quentin Rawls struck out. Jake Osteen struck out. Now, here's Cohen. Swings and laces that one into left field. Going back is Savalas. It is over his head, and it bounces over the fence for a ground rule double that's going to score 2 runs. A 1-run. Excuse me. Cohen showing off the power, and he one-hopped it over the 325-foot fence out there in right field. Rhymes scores from second. Shadow moves from first to third. And it's 2-1 Union County. Now a ball laced into center field by Tripp Davis is going to score 2 more. Shadow scores. Cohen scores. And the Union County Tigers have broken this one open as it's now 4-1. And this probably will be the end for Austin Aspel. The Sharks so close to getting out of it. From nobody on, well, so from 2 on, nobody out to 2 on, 2 out, 2 back-to-back strikeouts. And then a big ground rule double by Jake Cohen, scored Eli Rhymes, and then a 2 RBI single from Tripp Davis, scored both Cohen and Skylar Shadow. And it's quickly 4-1 Union County. Austin Aspel will stay out there. And there is nobody at the plate for the Tigers. And now Whip Davis gets out of the dugout. And Austin Aspel will indeed go to the bench as Antoine Brown comes back out. Aspel, unfortunately, had a bit of a tough last inning, gave up 3 runs, but 2 2/3 innings of work and 5 Ks. Two 2 2/3 innings of work, 5 strikeouts, and he allowed 3 runs. And that's how the Sharks find themselves down 4-1. Baseball, a game of inches. The Sharks have had a couple of tough ones tonight. Seth Jones caught at second after a line out for a double play. Jake Hall battled to a 3-2 count, got a base hit, and then was caught on the first base comebacker, a check down. And then in the third inning, Sharks probably had their best chance to score, had second and third and 2 out, and KJ Myers hit a soft ground ball to the second baseman. And so now, here is Casey Dare, senior pitcher, 6'4", left-hander. So all 3 Sharks pitchers this game have been left-handers. And the first batter he will face is Peyton Clyott. Excuse me, is Whip Davis. Lefty-lefty, first pitch, outside, fastball. And the count 1-0. Runner on first, 2 down here, top of the 5th. Pitch on the way, grounded foul outside of first. And I will get you some numbers on Casey Dare here in a minute. Dare 1-0. 1 appearance so far. Pitched 3 innings. And that ball is hit into right field. That's going to get down in front of Savalas. Savalas fires in, but not before. Trip Davis gets around to third on the base hit by his brother Whip Davis. So, Dare, as I said, 1-0, 4.67 ERA. 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 strikeout. And now he's just trying to get out of the inning as the Union County Tigers lead 4-1. And here's Peyton Clyott. First pitch to the right-hand batter is outside, missed with a breaking ball. And the count 1-0. Union County 2 batters from batting around. It's Peyton Clyott, then Manny Covey, then Eli Rhymes, who led off this inning. Runners on the corners, 2 down here, and they've been 2 down for a while. Going to second. Throw down there. Throw is wide of second, and sliding in there safely is Whip Davis. So now there's second and third. Second and third, 2 outs. The 1-1 is popped up to right center field. Coming in, calling off, and making the catch is Savalas to end the inning. But it has been a long inning. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, and 2 left. And at the end of 4.5 innings of work, it's Union County 4, Atlantic 1. This is Atlantic Sharks Baseball on MJT Sports Productions. There was a long conversation in front of the dugout between Antron Brown and his Atlantic Sharks after they gave up 3 runs in that last inning after being 1 pitch from getting out of it. And the bottom of the order coming up for the Sharks here in the bottom of the 5th, 8-9-1. Here's the pitcher, Grant Clark, where he was the pitcher, Grant Clark. He's now the designated hitter. Paxton Duke still in there for the Tigers for his 5th inning of work. And the pitch is low in the count 1-0. Grant Clark on the night, 2 innings. Surrendered 2 hits, gave up 1 run. And he watches this one in the dirt, 2-0. He was replaced by Austin Asbill, who went the next 2 2/3. Pitch in there for a strike on the inside corner, 2-1. Asbill struck out 5, but unfortunately surrendered 3 runs in the top of the 5th. Here's a ground ball, first base side. Grabbing it is Davis, and he'll step on the bag. And that'll go a ground out, 1 unassisted. So now here's Jake Hall. Singled his last time up on a 3-2 count. Battled back from a 0-2 to get it to 3-2. Survived a foul ball almost being caught. Came back next pitch, laced it to the left field for a base hit. This time he fouls it back straight to the screen. And on top of the awning that covers the right field bleachers here at the Jack. Sharks down 4-1 here, bottom of the 5th, 1 out. And the 9-hitter Jake Hall up against Braxton Dukes. Dukes pitch, swung on, grounded to the shortstop. Rawls, fields, fires, in time, and there's 2 away. Quickly 2 away, I might add. Paxton Dukes only went 5 innings in his first outing, had 4 Ks. Sharks only have 2 strikeouts tonight. Clark has 1, Savalas has 1. Now back to the top of the order, Dominic Bruzzo. He scored the only Sharks run, hit a triple to open up the bottom of the 1st, and scored from there. Then in the 3rd inning, grounded out to shortstop. First pitch lefty to righty. Slow breaking ball strike on the inside part of the plate. So we will very likely see Dukes head to the bench after this inning. Swung on, ground ball to 3rd. Diving stop by Davis. He throws across to his brother Davis. What a play! Trip Davis to Whip Davis. Tripp dove to his left, snagged the ball, rose to his feet, and fired across to his brother. 1, 2, 3 go the Sharks. And at the end of 5, it's Union County 4, Atlantic 1. This is MJT Sports Productions broadcast of Sharks Baseball. 7-8-9 up for the Union County Tigers. They lead the Atlantic Sharks 4-1 here. Top of the 6th inning. Just 2 innings to go here from the Jack. It's been a fantastic evening of baseball. Glad you're along for the ride on MJT Sports Productions. My name is Michael Trevillo. The left-hander Casey Dare deals. Breaking ball strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Dare came in and got the last out of the 5th inning after Austin Aspel surrendered 3 runs and made the score what you see now, 4-1. Breaking ball misses high, and the count 1-1. Dare, a senior, this is second appearance of the season, swung on and popped foul behind the plate, and that'll make the seats count 1-2. The batter is Manny Covey, who grounded softly to the pitcher his first time up, and then grounded softly to the pitcher for a double play his second time up. So he's looking to change the narrative. Here's the 1-2 in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Dare, the tall lefty, winds and fires in on the hands and foul back to the screen. The count holds 2-2. And Manny Covey looks as though he got that one in on the hands. He flexes his right hand, now gets back to work, crowds the plate. We once again do the 2-2 from Dare. Breaking ball misses high and away, and the count runs full. Once again, middle infielders for the Sharks, either playing right on the outfield grass or home in the second baseman, playing about 3 steps onto the grass. Swing and a miss, got him with a breaking ball outside corner. And it's the first strikeout of the evening for Manny Covey. And the first strikeout as well for Dare. So here's Eli Rhymes, who started off the big inning for the Tigers last inning with an error to the third baseman, Nevada. And he eventually came around to score. Inside fastball missed. And the count 1-0 to him. So Rhymes reached on an error, then stole second. A walk for Skylar Shadow, then 2 straight strikeouts. And just by Austin Aspel, the 1-0. He bunts it straight back to Aspel, or to Dare. Fields fires in time. Got him by half a step. So Rhymes is out 1-3, and there are 2 away. And so now here's the 9-hitter, Skylar Shadow. Shadow walked his last time up and eventually came around to score on the ground rule double by Jay Cohen. And the first pitch to him is off the end of the bat into left field. Charging in is Myers. He won't get there, and that's a single for Shadow, so he's on for the second straight time in the second straight inning. But it's his first hit of the night. Shadow grounded out his first time up, then walked. And now here's the top of the order for the Tigers. Quentin Rawls scored the opening run of the game for Union County, hit by a pitch on the opening toss of the ball game. Eventually came around to score and then struck out his next 2 times up, both to Austin Aspel. He grounds this one foul outside of first, as diving for that one was Turner. And the count 0-1. Leading off at first is Skylar Shadow. The left-hander Dare deals. Breaking ball low. And the count 1-1. Up next for Atlantic, they are away to University Orange City on the 2nd of March. Here's the 1-1. Runner goes, swing, and a little bloop into center field. Coming on is Brutto, and he makes the leaping catch to... that should retire the side. Oh, no, he didn't catch it. Excuse me. The leap was on the bounce. I lost the ball in the lights going up, and I thought Brutto caught it. So it is a single. Shadow moves to third. And Rawls was aboard.
Number 4, Jake Osteen.
And so now here's Jake Osteen, struck out his last time up. Was stranded at third in the third inning. Here's the pitch from Dare. Ground ball to first. Batted down by Turner. He picks it up, steps on the bag, and that'll end the inning. So no damage done. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. And at the end of 5.5 innings of play, it's 4-1 Union County over the Atlantic Sharks. This is MJT Sports Productions' broadcast of Atlantic Sharks baseball. Welcome back to MJT Sports Productions of Atlantic Sharks baseball. Opening broadcast of the season for the Sharks. They trail the Union County Tigers 4-1 here at Jackie Robinson Ballpark. We go to the bottom of the 6th, just 6 outs for the Sharks to stage a comeback here. Alex Turner leads off. And the first pitch to him from Braxton Dukes, who is still in there for his 6th inning of work. Union County has someone warming up in the bullpen out to listeners' right. But Duke's still in there for his 6th inning. And that time fastball missed low. And the count 1-1 to Turner. Turner flew out his first time up. Base hit in the 3rd inning, was stranded at 3rd. The 1-1 swung on and blooped down the left field line. Charging in is Covey, and Covey can't make the play. Oh, no, he does make the play. Once again, I lost the ball in the lights. Covey's hat flew off, and he made a running catch near the left field line. So now Turner's fly to left field and fly to right field. There's one away. Here's Seth Jones, the catcher. He's gotten on base both times up, base hit and a walk. And the first pitch to him is outside. And the count 1-0. And the next pitch is outside, 2-0. Seth Jones in the 1st inning was caught at second base after a line drive, was hit straight at the shortstop, and he couldn't get back to second in time. And then he was stranded in the 2nd inning, or in the 3rd inning, rather. There's a fastball inside for a strike. And the count 2-1. That was the 3rd inning where the Sharks probably had their best chance to score after the 1st. 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs, and KJ Myers. As the pitch comes in, it's outside, 3-1. KJ Myers just dribbled a short hopper to second, and that ended the Sharks' chances of getting on the board and breaking what at that point was a 1-1 tie. Peyton Clyott goes out to talk to his pitcher Braxton Dukes. No movement from the Union County bench. And Dukes will remain in the game for now. 3-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Outside. Oh, they called it a strike. Umpire forces the count to full, and Seth Jones was halfway to first base already. So now we'll do it again at a full count. The 3-2 left-hander deals, and it is poked into right field, and that's going to get down for a base hit off the end of the bat from Seth Jones. So Jones, 3 for 3, or I guess 2 for 2 with a walk so far tonight. He's been the most outstanding player for me offensively for the Sharks. Because you can't really give it to Dominic Bruzzo. Yes, he led off the game with a triple and then scored, but then after that he's grounded out both of his next 2 attempts at the plate. So now with 1 away and a runner on first, here's the left-hand hitting KJ Myers. Spinning a throw back to first. Doesn't really trouble Seth Jones. Myers 0 for 2. Flew out his first time up, then, as I mentioned earlier, grounded out to end the excellent scoring chance for the Sharks in the 3rd inning, his 2nd time. A left-hand hitter stands very close to the plate and chokes way up on the bat. Dukes fires back to first, 3rd time in a row. He still has not come home against Myers. And I mentioned way earlier in the game that the Union County middle infielders were shading towards the foul lines. They have since come in to play a more standard position. Now here's the first pitch to Myers. Strike, fastball inside corner. The count 0-1. And I was not paying well enough attention to know when they made that change. But Osteen and Rawls are now straight away. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball missed outside, and the count 1-1. Center field and right field straight away. Left field, Covey in a little bit for the Tigers, who wear their purple and white pinstripes on the road here. Pitch. Inside, missed with a fastball, count 2-1. That's purple uniforms, white stripes, for anyone who is confused. White Tigers, lettering on the front, gold trim, white numbers, gold trim as well. Purple caps. Pitch on the way, inside to Myers. Runner goes, throw down to second. He is safe. It was very close, and Quentin Rawls almost applied the tag, but Seth Jones successfully gets in there safely. That's his 3rd stolen base of the night. So he's stolen second all 3 times he's got to first, which is every time he's been up to bat. Cementing my theory that he's been the Sharks' best offensive player tonight, even though he has no runs and no RBIs. Count 3-1 to Myers, now with a runner on second, 1 gone. Pitch in there for a strike right down the middle, and the count goes full to 3-2. Late in the ball game here, remember they only play 7 innings at the high school level, and this is the bottom of the 6th. Myers late swing and sends it into the bleachers on the left field line. Myers started this at-bat way choked up on the bat. Now he's since brought his hands down. We'll do the 3-2 again. Here's the pitch. It's swung on and lined into right field. Settling under it is Shadow. He makes the catch. Headed to third is Jones. Here comes the throw, and Jones is in there well ahead, so he takes third base. So now here's Wyatt Holman, 2 outs, runner on third, and a chance to lower the gap a little bit. Cut into this 4-1 Union lead. And there will be a meeting of the minds on the mound for Union County as head coach Travis Rhymes heads out there. And that'll be the end for Braxton Dukes. Very impressive for the senior who is headed to Tallahassee Community College. And we'll see who replaces him here. It is going to be Ethan Moody. And see if I can find him on our roster sheet. Moody, a sophomore right-hander. And as he warms up, I'll let you know that you should play hard, eat clean, love big, and start living your best life. Because we're here to help heal what hurts, ease your mind, and lift your spirits with the latest medical innovation and whole person care. It's time to take control of your health. It's time to feel whole. And if you are enjoying tonight's broadcast, be sure to hit the like button on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and share the broadcast with other Sharks fans by clicking share or retweet. Thank you for supporting MJT Sports Productions and Atlantic Baseball. So we've been on the air for just over 2 hours. 2 hours and 5 minutes. And we are approaching the end of this ball game. Final line on Bruzzo. He goes 6 2/3. No, 5 2/3. 5 2/3. He gave up 1 run, struck out 1. And did he walk anybody? Yes, 1 walk. So a very impressive outing for the senior pitcher, once again headed to Tallahassee Community College to continue his baseball career after this season. And he'll hand off to the sophomore Moody. So Moody will be the first right-hand pitcher we've seen tonight from both the Sharks and the Tigers. Peyton Clyott remains the catcher. And now with 2 down and a runner on, here comes Wyatt Holman. Holman popped out twice, once to the pitcher and once to the second baseman. Looking for his first hit of the contest, and something down in the outfield grass will likely score the run here. 2 outs. Jones will be going on contact. And the first pitch that Moody throws is a strike fastball inside corner to the right-hand hitter. And the count 0-1. Moody, slow as molasses, takes his time. Now into his windup. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside corner, swing and a miss. And the count quickly 0-2 on Holman. So whereas Braxton Dukes was very quick, like to get into a rhythm, Moody, slow like molasses. Here's the pitch, high and outside, and the count 1-2. Infielders all playing deep. Outfield at prevent. They just try and keep this run from crossing the plate as Holman now steps out and calls for time. Moody leans way over his left foot to get the signal. Now he comes set. He winds and fires up and in, and the count 2-2. Missed with the fastball. So once again, there's a bit of wide open space there right up the middle. If Holman can grab a comebacker and get it by Moody. One on third and 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch on the way. Swung on and hit in the air to center. Shallow. Cohen coming on. Calls off the right fielder, and he makes the catch to end the inning. 3rd straight flyout for Wyatt Holman. And that will do it for the Sharks in the 6th. We head to the 7th. Union County 4, Atlantic Sharks 1. This is MJT Sports Productions broadcast of Atlantic Sharks Baseball. New pitcher for the Sharks here as we get to the top of the final inning of regularly scheduled play, that being the 7th. That's Enrico Sita. Just one inning of work so far this season. No runs, no hits, one strikeout. And Sita will just try and make sure that no more runs come across for Union County as they currently lead the Sharks 4-1. All thanks to that big 5th inning in which they got 3, pushed their lead to 4-1. Jake Cohen, the catalyst really, because with 2 outs and 2 on, he hit a ground rule double down the left field line, and that really got Union County going in that inning. First pitch from Sita is popped straight up in the air. It is fading to the left field bleachers and will make them. So the count 0-1. The pitch swung on and laced into deep left field. That ball is going to be one hop and over the wall. A second ground rule double for Jay Cohen on the night. Boy, that kid can hit a baseball. And he hit that one out to center, so that's about 390 out there, not 325 where he hit it the first time. So on a normal high school field depth, that's 2 home runs for Cohen in this ballgame. But since we're playing here at a professional ballpark with deep fences, it's just two ground rule doubles. And now here's Trip Davis. And no out, 1 on second. Davis takes the ball high, and the count 1-2. Davis, 2 for 3 with 2 for 3. Yeah, with 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs because he knocked in Cohen and Shadow. And they check the runner at second. Nothing doing against Jay Cohen. Enrico Sita winds and fires, misses low, count 2-0. It's super important for the Sharks not to give up any more damage this inning. Already down 3, top of the final frame. Here's the pitch from Sita, upstairs, 3-0. And Enrico, like all of the Sharks pitchers tonight, is taking a little bit of time to get dialed in. But I don't remember a time where I've seen somebody get 2 ground rule doubles in one game. And Jay Cohen has done it tonight. He's standing on second. Here's a 3-0 pitch. Sita strike on the outside corner. I think the referee was being a little bit... Referee. What sport are we playing? The umpire was being a bit kind. So it's 3-1 the count. Sita, the right-hand pitcher, to the right-hand batter, Trip Davis. And the 3-1... swung on and laced back into center field, past the diving glove of Holman, and he's going to score Cohen easily. So Cohen scores from second. Davis has his 3rd RBI of the game. And it is now 5-1 Union County. And now here is Tripp's brother, Whip Davis. 1 for 3, a base hit and was stranded at second in the 5th inning, and then grounded out and struck out his other 2 times at the plate. Still nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Enrico Sita deals, runner goes, and will stop halfway and trot back to first. So this inning started off with a ground rule double by Jay Cohen, his 2nd of the game. And then Cohen scored on the single by Davis of the Trip variety. And now the Whip variety is up at the plate. I guess I kind of have to give the MVP of the ball game right now to Jay Cohen. He hit 2 ground rule doubles, but then in the first inning. He walked and almost scored, but he was caught at a play at the plate. But Trip Davis is close behind him, as he's now 3 for 4. Here's the pitch. It's hit high in the air and not that deep to left. Fading back is Myers. He makes the catch. And there are one away. So now here's Peyton Clyett. 2 for 3, 2 singles, stranded both times, and a pop out his last time up. Clyett, the catcher for this Union County team. Runner on first, 1 out. Already 1 run in the inning, as the Union County Tigers have exploded for 11 hits on the night. First pitch, runner goes, pop foul. That'll make the seats on the right-hand side. And the Sharks, I believe, have only been reduced. I mean, they have, as I try to see the very tiny scoreboard way out in left center, the Sharks have 6 hits, but have only managed to scratch across 1 run. As now Sita steps off. Runner at first is Trip Davis, who knocked in Jay Cohen for the only run of the inning for Union County. They'll check the runner at first as Davis slides back safely. Here's the pitch. Strike on the outside corner, count 0-2. Davis leads off first. Sita from the gun. Runner goes. Ball popped foul straight back. And the count holds at 0-2. Playing tonight for the final time this season, the first and only time this season, unfortunately, because last week's game was rained out at historic Jackie Robinson Ballpark in downtown Daytona Beach, Florida. Originally called City Island Ballpark, because we are located on what is known as City Island in the middle of the Tomoka River. The 0-2, ball low, and he did not swing. Opened in 1914, and it's the home of the Daytona Tortugas and the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats in the collegiate ranks. Named after Jackie Robinson because Daytona Beach was the only place that they would allow him to play when he was with the Brooklyn Dodgers back in 1946. Again, at a spin and throw back to first, and they got him! And Enrico Sita catches catches Trip Davis stealing on a spin and a throw back to first, and now there's 2 away, and the pressure is off of Enrico Sita a little bit, and he can now just work on Peyton Clyett. The count stands at 1-2, but Daytona Beach, the only place that permitted Jackie Robinson to play spring training for the Brooklyn Dodgers back in 1946, and they named the field after him. And it also, here's the 2-1. It's way outside, and sprawling to his right is Seth Jones to corral it. But it also houses a Jackie Robinson Museum down on the third base concourse. And there's been professional baseball played on this ground pretty much consistently since 1914. Here's a high pop to left center field. Brutto fades under it, squeezes it to make the catch. And that ends the inning. We head to the bottom of the final inning, the bottom of the 7th, with the score, Union County 5, Sharks 1. This is MJT Sports Productions' broadcast of Atlantic Sharks baseball. Bottom of the final inning for the Sharks, and 3 outs left to try and erase a 5-1 deficit as the Union County Tigers look to hand the Sharks their first loss of the year and remain unbeaten. Union County would go to 4-0. And they've got Ethan Moody on the mound for his second inning of work. The batter is Matt Navarro. Righty to righty, and the pitch away outside to the count 1-0. Navarro 1 for 2, grounded out his first time up, then singled and stole second his second time, but then was called out due to catcher's interference at the plate to end that bizarre inning. Second pitch misses low, and the count 2-0. Once again, the Sharks down 5-1 here, inside and high, 3-0, as Ethan Moody tries to find the strike zone. Nobody in the Tigers' pen, so they're going to try and ride Moody all the way here. Look for him to get the save. 3-0 pitch to Navarro, and Navarro takes a strike on the inside corner, and the count 3-1. Hit up the middle. Popped in the air to center. Fading back is Cohen, and Cohen makes the catch. And there's one away. So the last 3 Sharks batters, KJ Myers, Wyatt Holman, and now Matt Navarro, have all flied to center. They're trying to take advantage of that gap up the middle, but can't really keep the ball down. And now here is Nate Savalas. Savalas walked his first time up, then struck out his second time, and also caused Navarro to be out on the catcher's interference. Pitch is fouled down the right field line. That'll make the seats out of the sort of picnic area they've got out there down the right field line. Savalas, the right fielder, made a couple of nice catches tonight, but has yet to really start anything at the plate. Ethan Moody, the right-hander. Slow as molasses, he winds and fires up and inside, and the count 1-1. So we got through the first, let's say, 6 1/3 innings in 2 hours and 10 minutes. And the last half inning took almost half an hour. Swung on, foul back, and the count 1-2. As a couple of pitchers have come into the game in Enrico Sita and Ethan Moody that are a little bit more deliberate, a little less rhythm focused than their counterparts that have pitched previously. The 1-2, slider misses low, and the count 2-2. And that was a wicked pitch. Savalas backed off like he thought it was going to hit him, and then it ended up coming over the plate, but just a little bit low. One out, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 7th, 2-2. Swung on, hit off the end of the bat into right field, and that's going to get down for a base hit right down the right field line. So Nate Savalas grabs his first hit of the ball game, and now here's Grant Clark. Clark started this game on the mound, pitched 2 innings. Gave up 1 run, and then handed over to Austin Aspel, who pitched 3, 4, and 5, and sliding back, 3, 4, and 2/3 of the 5th inning. Gave up the 3 runs in the 5th that made it 4-1 Union County. Other than that, Aspel was great, 5 strikeouts. And he was 1 pitch away from getting out of the fifth inning and preventing all that damage. In this case, it would still be a 1-1 ball game, or at worst, a 2-1 ball game. There have been 2 throws over to first, neither successful. Here's the first pitch, up and outside to Grant Clark. But the Sharks just 2 outs away from the ball game being ended and a long way back. Need to find some offense and find it quick. And a third check over to first, and sliding back safely is Nate Savalas. Now the 1-0 is a strike from Moody on the outside corner, and the count 1-1. 11 hits for the Tigers tonight, only 7 for the Sharks. Just 1 error in the ball game. That the error on Matt Navarro, the third baseman, which allowed Eli Rhymes to get to first as the first batter of the infamous 5th inning. But it's been a game of missed opportunities on offense for the Sharks. A couple of runners either caught stealing or caught in an unexpected position. Specifically, Seth Jones and Alex Turner in the third. And a couple left on base as well. Outside and high, the count 2-1. They had that very strange catcher's interference, strike him out, not throw him out, double play. That ended the 4th inning. And Matt Navarro was seated on second then. Nate Savalas is planted on first now as they check over again. As Savalas gets back safely. Ethan Moody comes set, fires outside to the left-hand batter, count 3-1. The big comebacks are not out of the question. The Tigers had one of their own just this week on Wednesday night. Pitch. And he walked him. Missed with a fastball outside, and there are 2 on and 1 away. So now Jake Hall, bottom of the order. And if he can get on, it will be bases juiced for the top of the order. But as I remember, I set up that the fact that the Tigers are by no means strangers to big comebacks. They were down 9-3 in the 6th on Wednesday. Came back to win at 12-9, scored 9 runs in the frame over a tough Trinity Catholic team that allowed them to improve to 3-0. Jake Cohen had 5 RBIs on Wednesday. And he has 1 tonight via the first of his ground rule doubles, and he scored twice. And now, a meeting of the minds on the mound for the Tigers, as there are 2 on for the Sharks and only 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning right here at Jackie Robinson Ballpark. So I mentioned that next up for the Sharks, as there will be no pitching change, and everybody scatters back to their respective places in the infield. The next game for Atlantic, they're at University Orange City on the 2nd, and then home against Seabreeze on the 3rd. And then they will be at this very same Union County team on the 5th, so a busy week next week for Atlantic. So now here's the shortstop, Jake Hall. 2 on, 1 out. First pitch to him is inside. Righty to righty. Moody couldn't find the strike zone, and it's 1-0. And then home on 3-8. So 4 games in 6 days for the Sharks. And for Union County, they will be at home on the 2nd face Hamilton County, and there's a ball low. And the count 2-0 to Jake Hall. Hall 1 for 2. Had a single, then was caught stealing in the 3rd, then grounded out in the 5th. And Ethan Moody steps off. They'll play Hilliard on the 4th, then a rematch with Atlantic on the 5th at home. And that's what's coming up in the next week for the Tigers. 2-0 to Hall. 2 on, 1 out. Right down the middle, there's fastball, strike one, so the count 2-1 on Jake Hall. Jake Hall knows how to battle in the 3rd inning. He was down 0-2, got the count all the way back to 3-2, survived a pop-up foul that was off the glove of the first baseman, and then very next pitch as he swings and misses at a strike, at a fastball. And then the very next pitch, he laced it over the first baseman's head for a base hit. And now the count is 2-2. 2 balls, then 2 straight strikes by Ethan Moody. Moody gets the sign, comes set, and the pitch, and it's grounded right back to him. It's over Moody's head. It's picked up by Rawls. He throws to first in time, but both runners advance on the fielder's choice. That looked like it was just going to be a dribbler right to the mound, but it bounced over Moody's head, and it was great presence of mind by Quentin Rawls to nab that ball right behind the pitcher's mound and fire over to first. 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th, Sharks down to their last out here, and here's the top of the order, Dominic Bruzzo. Tripled on the first pitch he saw to open up the ball game in the bottom of the 1st, and then has grounded out in 2 consecutive visits in the 3rd and the 5th. He has the Sharks' only run of the night. First pitch to him is low and inside, count 1-0. And if anybody is listening from the Daytona Tortugas organization, a big thank you for the use of the broadcast booth tonight and the hospitality you've shown the Sharks both times we've been here. One time we didn't get to play the game, but tonight has been a very excellent experience. Here's the 1-0, hit off the end of the bat to first on 1 hop. Davis takes it himself, flips to first for Moody. Ball game over. Tigers win it 5-1. So a 3rd consecutive ground out for Dominic Bruzzo ends the ball game after the Sharks were threatening in the bottom of the 7th. Your final score, Union County 5, Atlantic Sharks 1. And a thank you to everybody for listening tonight. We'll do a quick recap of your scoring. Dominic Bruzzo scored the only run of the game for the Sharks, led off the bottom of the 1st with a triple over the left fielder's head and went all the way to the wall. He used his speed to get all the way around to 3rd and then scored on the single by Seth Jones. And that was it for scoring for the Sharks. And they have been, I mentioned their much maligned offense, and just too little too late. Had 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs on 2 occasions and couldn't get anything done. For the Union County Tigers, they also had their first man up score. Quentin Rawls was hit by a pitch and then came around to score on the base hit by Trip Davis. And then nobody would score until the 5th inning. Eli Rhymes led off that inning out an error, got to first, then got to second on a walk by Skylar Shadow. Then Austin Asbill, who was pitching at the time, got 2 straight strikeouts, was 1 strike away from getting Jay Cohen, and then Cohen smacked the first of his 2 ground rule doubles on the night down the right field line. And that scored Rhymes, moved Shadow to 3rd. Then very next batter, Trip Davis, got a base hit to center. That scored Shadow and Cohen. And that was the 3 runs that Union County needed, and they never looked back. And then in the 7th inning, Cohen again led off the inning with a ground rule double, this time to center field where the wall is about 395. And then he scored on the ensuing single by, once again, Trip Davis. My MVP of the game has got to be, it's either Jay Cohen or Trip Davis. I have half a mind to give it to both of them. Because Cohen, with those 2 ground rule doubles, he's got great power. And Davis had 3 RBIs. 1 in the 1st inning, 2 in the 5th inning, and 1 in the 7th inning. So he had 4 RBIs, excuse me. So that'll do it for myself, Michael Trillo. Thank you so much for listening. Once again, your final score, Union County Tigers 5, Atlantic Sharks 1. We'll be back next time for Atlantic Sharks baseball. Have a very pleasant Good evening.